everybody, welcome back to Let's Talk Physical Media. I am your host, John, and this is the weekly news show where you guessed it, we talk about all the news in the world of physical media. And the big thing that got confirmed finally this week is that the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K Blu-ray collection will be coming out on September 30th with a standard edition and that 4K steelbook library casing that we had talked about in the past. But we finally got our confirmed look at the artwork, so no more speculation, no more speculating about bad AI artwork. Nope, that's all in the past now. We finally got a look at the standard edition and those steelbooks. And the steelbook collection is what I pre-ordered, and I got confirmation from Amazon that it's supposed to arrive on September 30th. There's a slight rumor that September 23rd might be the day, but no, September 30th is when you'll get your hands on those 4K steelbooks, which have been sold out even before the official announcement. But if you're somebody who wants those steelbooks, keep an eye on Amazon. It might come back in stock. Sometimes people cancel, sometimes they add more because they see that the demand is pretty high. So the demand is pretty high for these, which is awesome. This is one of the most anticipated 4K Blu-ray releases ever. It's going to include all 7 of the original Nightmare on Elm Street films. That's Nightmare on Elm Street from 1984 all the way through A New Nightmare in 1994. So 10 years, 7 films. And you'll be able to get them all in this beautiful steelbook library casing, very similar to the Sean Connery collection that came out earlier this year. But it also will have a certificate of authenticity in there and the 3D glasses, so you can watch Freddy's Dead in the proper way. Also, it looks like a Nightmare on Elm Street 5 Dream Child is going to have an unrated cut. Not too sure what that is, but it's awesome that they're going all out for this 4K steelbook collection. I love that the actual housing looks like Freddy's sweatshirt. I thought they were just going to go with the standard black housing, which would have been fine. I wouldn't have complained about that. It's really all about the steelbooks on the inside. But now they gave us this beautiful housing, and then all the steelbooks are right in line with the artwork from the movie posters from back in the day, just more with a black base on it. And it actually doesn't look like the movie posters that we saw on the VHSs back in the day. No, they're their own like unique design, but obviously pulling from that artwork. And I love it. I really do. I think the artwork for these steelbooks is incredible. I'm very, very happy with it. You know, the one thing that I've noticed with Warner Brothers is when they do these steelbook releases, very similar to Sean Connery collection, they put all their effort into these steelbooks and everything that comes in the steelbook housing, and that's really where all their effort is going as far as artwork. That the standard edition is over here just looking, unfortunately, pretty damn standard. The standard edition for the Sean Connery 4K Blu-rays was, I just hated it. I really did. I didn't like that it's all in one casing. I appreciate that they kind of price it a little bit more fairly. That was $100 compared to, I think, $138 for the steelbook collection, and I think it's very similar now where the standard edition for the Nightmare on Elm Street collection will be $100 right now. You can get it on Groove, pre-order it on Groove, and you know, this right now I think it's $168 for the steelbook collection. It'll probably drop to like $140, but $40 is a lot of money, and usually I would swing for the standard editions. But when it comes to a franchise I absolutely love, like the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, I felt like I had to get the steelbook. So I'm saving up some money, and I'll hopefully have enough saved up by the time September 30th comes around so I can grab these, and I'll do individual reviews here on the channel for each film. So I'm really excited about it. I just wish the standard edition got a little bit more of a better treatment. The artwork looks very similar to the DVD artwork that came out years ago for that collection. They just put a red binding on the top to make it feel a little bit special. Maybe it'll come in red casing, I don't know. But there was other options, like just look here, right here, with Warner Brothers in the past did something like this for Superman. They had the steelbook library packaging for that. It's actually getting a re-release on Amazon right now with replacement discs, which you guys, including myself, can write Warner Brothers, and you can get replacement discs for the ones that have damage on them. Like, well, not really damage, but they just were incomplete and kind of a mess and had some issues. But, you know, for the Donner cut and the original Superman 1978, I complained that they forgot about us who bought these years ago. They are going to do some replacement discs, so that's pretty awesome. Reach out to Warner Brothers if you bought this just like I did. But look, they put all the movies individually in 4K Blu-ray cases inside this. This was their standard release. I haven't really seen them do this much since, if at all. So this would have been cool to do for a Nightmare on Elm Street collection. Like, do this to give people options, you know, people who want the standard editions but can't really afford the steelbooks. It just would have been cool if they would have went this route instead of just putting it all on one case. You know, I get it, it's a money saver, and clearly they don't care about the standard edition as much. Just look at all the artwork. They just make it feel like that's the redheaded stepchild of the release compared to the, you know, the great steelbook housing. And it's gonna make people want that, which is probably what they want. They want the demand to be higher for the steelbooks instead of the standard editions. They probably make a little bit more money. I really hate that business practice, and I just wish they went a little bit further with when it comes to the artwork, even though I am happy that we're going to be getting these 4K Blu-ray releases. They haven't announced yet if they'll have Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos tracks. I imagine it'll be very similar to the Sean Connery collection and in line with what Warner Brothers have been doing lately, in the sense that we will have the original audio and we'll also have a brand new Dolby Atmos track on there as well. And that's what I'm expecting from all 7 of these discs. I imagine because they're Warner Brothers and they've been giving us very high quality discs when it comes to the transfers, these will all be great transfers. Just have to knock them a little bit for that standard edition artwork, even though I do appreciate everything they've done so far with these 4K Blu-ray releases. We'll just have to wait and see how things come out on September 30th. I know I can't wait. What do you guys think? You guys excited for this Nightmare on Elm Street collection? Let me know in the comments section below. And then the other big announcement this week is one of the best films of 2025, 28 years later, directed by Danny Boyle, written by Alex Garland, one of my favorite films this year, is going to be getting the 4K Blu-ray treatment with a steelbook on September 23rd. Again, something we knew, but I'm just glad we finally got it confirmed so you can pre-order it. I'm really excited about this. The steelbook looks pretty awesome. Might go the steelbook route, even though I'm not a steelbook guy that much. I'll probably end up grabbing that. And you know what? I do like the silver base, so I'm kind of excited about that 4K steelbook. And 28 years later, even if you pick up the standard edition or the steelbook, I think you'll be very happy with the film. This film is one of the best of the year. If you're going into this thinking, oh, I can't wait to see a really fun zombie film, you might be a little bit disappointed. But if you're somebody who wants to go see like a real drama, but also wants to, you know, see some horror elements in there, I think you'll absolutely love it. Think of 28 Days Later. If you like 28 Days Later, I think you'll really like 28 Years Later. But that 4K Blu-ray is going to be coming out on September 23rd. Also, celebrating 30 years is The Quick and the Dead. So that's going to be getting a 30th anniversary 4K steelbook release. I already have the 4K Blu-ray, so I probably won't end up grabbing this 4K steelbook because I'm pretty sure the exact same disc will be inside. It's just for the steelbook collectors out there. Awesome that they're able to get their hands on this. The Quick and the Dead is a great mid-1990s Western from Sam Raimi. This is the only Western he ever did, but of course he brings his own flair to it. It's a great, entertaining Western. Stars Sharon Stone, Gene Hackman, a young Leonardo DiCaprio. It is a fantastic film. I remember actually hearing a story that Sharon Stone wanted Leonardo DiCaprio in the movie, but the studio didn't, so she actually, I think, paid his salary for that movie, and that's awesome. He's great in the movie. I mean, everyone's great in the movie. I just feel like it's a very forgotten film in Sam Raimi's collection, but I'm glad it's going to be getting the 30th anniversary treatment because it deserves it. I think more people will, you know, pick up this movie because it's coming out on 4K Steelbook and check it out. And maybe I'll do a 4K Blu-ray review somewhere here on the channel when that comes out. And then the last bit of news is that Universal is apparently going to be doing the 4K Blu-ray releases for the American Pie franchise. Right now, they only said that they're doing American Pie with a standard edition and a Steelbook. Also doing a re-release, I think it's a re-release, of the Purge movies on 4K Blu-ray and a Steelbook for Young Frankenstein. So that's pretty awesome. Young Frankenstein is one of the best of the Universal monster films. It came in a Universal Monsters collection years ago. I think it was the Part 2 collection. We never got a Part 3, which is a shame because I really did like those Universal Monsters collections. Now they kind of just like re-release the same discs and like anniversary editions like Bride of Frankenstein, which I'm not really complaining about. The Steelbook collectors will be happy, but this is becoming really the new norm. Everybody's doing it. Arrow Video's doing it. They're re-releasing stuff that they released in their standard editions with steelbooks just way down the line instead of giving the option right out of the gate, hoping that people will double dip on it, pay their hard-earned money twice, and some people will.
But it's something I can never do.
It's just something I can never really get behind because I just don't have that kind of money, that expendable money where I could pick up movies for the second or third time. Even if I love them, I don't have that expendable money. And I'm just somebody who wants to keep seeing movies, whether they're new movies or old movies. I don't really necessarily feel the pull to spend that much money on a re-release of the same disc. Now, if they put something new on the disc, give us some new extras, yeah, you'll probably get me. Now, of course, you're going to be like, oh, there's got to be some exceptions. There is. I have Terminator 2 on 4K Steelbook and on Blu-ray, all just for the artwork, even though I don't even watch the 4K. So there's always exceptions. It comes down to personal feeling. How much expendable cash do you have? How do you feel about the film? If this is one of your all-time favorite films, absolutely you should be going out and getting that 4K Steelbook because it's something that you care about. It's something you feel pride in. But there are people who just get that FOMO and feel the need to go pick it up. And I don't think you should feel that. I don't think you should feel that FOMO because, you know, if you already have the disc, it's not going to change the disc if it has new packaging. Now, sometimes, again, there's examples where A League of Their Own, they put Dolby Vision over it, and, you know, that might not make the world's biggest difference, but I love A League of Their Own, so I had to upgrade to that, and I gave away my previous edition. So that's how I usually look at it, but everybody's different. I just kind of feel like it's It's a bad business practices is the best way I could put it. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of taking more money from people. Give them the options up front. So just have to point that out. Not a huge fan of when they do that, but it is what it is. And as far as American Pie's coming to 4K Blu-ray, this is pretty cool. There are 88 films already released, American Pie 1 and 2 on 4K Blu-ray, and they also released standard editions for American Wedding and American Pie Reunion. I'm somebody, it might sound a little weird because I did grow up with the American Pie films. I saw everyone in theaters except for the first American Pie. How I saw 2 in American Wedding in theaters, I won't know. I was definitely way too young to be seeing them in theaters. But, these are movies I grew up with. I loved them at the time. I gotta be honest, though. Ever since I saw American Reunion in theaters, what was that, like 2011, 2012? I have not run back to this franchise. And I haven't really felt the pull to. I know it pretty well. Like, I just can remember the movies off the top of my head. And, maybe that humor isn't blending as well with me anymore. Or it's just they're products of the time. But I don't really feel that pull to go back. I know some people might be like, what's the American Pie films? And I get that. Maybe I'll pick them up on 4K Blu-ray and give them a try and see if maybe they hold up, and I was just I don't know, being a little too pretentious about it. But for me, it's just, I don't know, I don't feel that pull to go back. I don't know if I'd laugh as much as I did when I was a kid, but again, I'll have to give them a try to see for sure. It's just I haven't seen them in years and haven't felt the pull to. But I'm glad that Universal will be releasing these on 4K Blu-ray, at least the first one. I imagine that they'll probably go the route that 88 Films was going with. Every year you get a new 4K Blu-ray, and we'll probably get American Pie 2 next year. Maybe they'll look at it like 88 Films does, where American Reunion and American Wedding aren't as popular as the other two. They'll only go out on standard Blu-ray, which I understand. But the first one is a classic of the coming of age genre, and it is very much a product of the 1990s, and it deserves to be seen if you've never seen it before. I just, I have my own personal feelings about it now, but it's still a very good film. Great people came out of that movie. It's fun to still see Jason Biggs pop up every now and again. I always go, that's the guy from American Pie. So I'm glad it's coming. It just might not be something I grab. Just want to let you guys know. But anyway, that's going to do it here for the news this week on Let's Talk Physical Media. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And if you did, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video if you could. And guys, we have channel memberships, the people who keep the lights on here. So if you want to join that as well, you could. We have a Friends of the Channel tier. We have the Producers tier. That's where you're going to find John Doe Juggalo, Ben Raldo, and Harvey Scott. Then you can bump it up to the Directors tier, have your own choice review each and every single month, and that's where you're going to find Nicholas Head, Kevin Kruger, Uncle V, Frank from Frank's Media and Reviews, and of course, Stone Yes Man. And then if you want, you can even bump it up to the channel bankroll member, and I'll also send you out the schedule for the month, or at least, the planned schedule. Things change because things get delayed, but I always send that out to the channel bankroll members as well. And all the channel members also do have some input here, what we do on the channel, so that's also another thing, because again, you guys are helping keep the lights on here, and I really do appreciate it. Appreciate it, my channel members. But of course, guys, if you have no money to throw my way, I don't mind at all. I just hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, get out in those streets, tell your friends about us, and then we'll be seeing you around.